That's right, Frugal friends. Hello, I am Julie. Welcome back. I am not in the dumpsters today, but it kind of looks like I am. This is my attic, and it is a disaster. It is a mess, and I have worked on it over and over and over again and again and again, but I think we're at the point now where I have my last yard sale of the year coming up here soon, and I just want to be done with the attic. I think we're at the point we just need to just empty it out, other than the stuff that's going to live up here. A lot of our camping stuff is now up here, and the kids put stuff up here, and James and they put stuff up here, and they didn't pay attention to what else was up here, and stuff got broken and stuff got messed up, and I have to take accountability for that stuff just being here everywhere. Should they have been more careful when they were putting camping stuff up here? Absolutely. But I let it get, well, such that you see it, so that stuff was able to get broken. Now, granted, it is really hot up here in the attic, and I'm very limited as far as when I can be up here and working and for how long, but several early mornings in a row, I think we're going to make some serious progress, and all that should be left up here is Christmas, camping, and a little bit of our, family memory kind of stuff. There really shouldn't be anything else up here. That is the goal. That's what I'm going to try to do. If you just absolutely have to have a dumpster diving fix, we have a whole playlist, several playlists of dumpster diving videos here and on our family vlog channel, so you can definitely get that fix. I know you haven't seen all of our dumpster diving videos. Hey, have some fun and go back to some of our really old ones that are on here. That's a treat. But this is what I'm working on this week. It's got to get done. And I'm actually in the mood to do it and feeling motivated and inspired to do it. And I will be bringing you along. I'm going to practice what I preach. If you caught our live stream last week, you know that this is the kind of thing I was talking about. So it's time to put the money where my mouth is and get this done. Let's jump in. This is my bookshelf. Many of you know we do have a very small house, and we try to make do with the room that we have. But part of what I'm trying to do is to have less stuff to take up the limited space that we have. But one thing that I don't like to get rid of is books. They're something that I think is worth taking up space, but that's also why I have the books up here, so that they are out of the way. I have a whole bunch of books that either you guys have sent to us or we have found or whatever, and they need to go on this bookcase. It needs to get put back together. I'm working on some other books right now that I'm reading, and so these all can just get put away until I am ready to start on a new book. While I am getting the books tidied up, there's obviously I don't know what all the rest of this is, so I'm just gonna jump in and start getting it sorted and put away. Progress is happening. P.S. See all that printer paper right there? That's all from the dumpsters. That is from long before I was on YouTube, but also still dumpster diving. I found that in a public school's recycling bin. I found, I think, like 3 cases of it, and I have been using it ever since for all of our eBay labels. I used it all through college. I sold some in yard sales, and I still have all of that left. Just think how much money that has saved me over the years finding all of that printer paper. Serious progress happening here, as you can see. Getting all this space cleared out. There are just so many little odds and ends of things as I'm, finding things in the dumpsters and then not dealing with them, just setting them up here to deal with later. That's what happens. It all just ends up piled up in here. I have thrown several things down that need to go elsewhere. I have too many boxes. When I find a box that I think might be useful for shipping, I always grab it, but I'm at the point where I just have too many and don't need so many, and I'm not selling anymore the kinds of things that would fit in those boxes, so time to move some of those along. Whew. This is a tote of assorted crafting and beads. I need to move this downstairs because all of our bead and crafting things are now in some drawers in my room so that we can actually use them when we want to use them. I don't have the beads and that kind of thing in our arts and crafts center anymore. I'm able to keep better track of them and kind of regulate who gets to use them and when by having them in my room, but we do still get to use them, but not if they're sitting up here in the hot attic. So that will go downstairs as well. I have got a whole bunch of cards from, well, some from you guys that need to go into the Frugal Family binder, and then others that are like family cards that need to be put away into our drawers up here where we put those kinds of things. It's just a step at a time. It is starting to get a little warmer. I didn't get up as early as I would have liked, but we have made definitely some progress already. I am committing to at least another hour up here, and we'll see how it goes. I am going to start working on this little section here, and I'm going to work on the main piles of things and then come back through and do all the little odds and ends. I feel like I need to motivate myself by making big differences at first, clearing big spaces of like the main piles of things, just to help myself keep going at it. And then I can come back through and do, you know, these tedious kinds of things, like all that right there. Boxes. See what I'm talking about? Boxes. I did go through during my last cleanup up here and break down the boxes, which was very helpful. But really, I'm not selling that kind of stuff anymore since I've gotten locked out of all of the craft store bins. I'm not having like big hauls of patterns, like sewing patterns is what I normally use these kind of boxes for. I'm not having any of that anymore to sell. And I have really narrowed down and tightened up what I'm selling on eBay because I have so little room to store those kinds of things while I'm waiting for them to sell. I don't need all these boxes up here. I want to keep one or two, but you know, we'll find more boxes. We'll keep finding more boxes. That's something I don't have to worry about not being able to find anymore. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make the tough choice and just clear out all of these boxes. Also, hey, we're making some progress. See how doing like the big piles of stuff, it really is motivating, and it just feels good moving out those big piles of things. Even though there's still all kinds of little odds and ends to take care of, just moving the big stuff out, it helps. You never know what you're gonna find. It literally is like dumpster diving being up here in my attic. So I moved this tote that has a bunch of Christmas stuff. P.S. Look, got all those boxes out. And I found a food dehydrator back here. I have another food dehydrator in our office. I didn't know I had two. I'm sure I knew at one point, but... And then there's a bunch of like extra trays also. I should be dehydrating some food, like seriously. If you are interested in a food dehydrating video, go ahead and tell me in the comments. Do I know where I got that one? Nope, not a clue. Or all those extra trays? Nope, no idea. Do I know what's in that basket over there? Nope, but we're gonna find out. I'm gonna get rid of all these boxes though first. Totally forgot that I also have a cherry pitter. Or I guess they call them cherry stoner back there as well. And then that is my mom's quilting frame that I've been meaning to return for years and years. Look at this. Did one of you send this to us, or did we find this in the bins? I don't remember, but I'm so excited to use this. I can't remember. If you sent it to us, please tell us in the comments, or if you remember us finding it in the bins, also, please tell me in the comments. But that's got to go out to our Halloween shed. That doesn't need to be in here. I'm going to have to go through and make tough choices again about Christmas decor because I am over my limit because of how much we have found since last Christmas and the last Christmas purge. So we will be doing that again, but that's not going to be during this deep clean. That will be a whole nother level of cleaning. There's tons of fabric and things. I'm going to need to go through and fold those up and put them in my fabric tote. And of course, see where I'm at as far as my limit of fabrics, because I am going to stick to those limits. So the ones that are there that you can see, I'm definitely keeping. Those are fabulous, and I use them in decorating for Christmas and Halloween. But I'm sure there are some other fabrics. Sorry, this thing's going all funny. I'm sure there are some other fabrics in my tote that I can move on in the yard sale. So that will definitely happen before the yard sale. I'm going to move this Christmas stuff somewhere out of the way, though, so that I can finish working over here and eventually get over to that corner In the far corner back there, it's just a big empty space that's a little bit tricky to get to, and that's where I want to put all of the camping stuff that you'll see kind of spread here and about. And most of these totes, unless they're holiday, like that's an Easter tote, most of them need to get out of here. So we'll get there. And then like you can see there's like floral things over there. That's going out of here. I have packing supplies over here. I've moved most of my packing supplies out outside into a shed, and so all of that's going to go out there also. This set of drawers that is of course from the dumpsters is where I put the kids' mementos and school papers that they want to keep. That will be staying up here. That shelving unit right there is probably going to stay up here. I've got like canning lids and things like that. Those can stay up here, and that's probably where I will move the food dehydrator so that I actually know where it is, and the cherry pitter. Put them over there. That would be a great spot to have those kinds of things. And I also have back here somewhere in all these frames my like canning pot and my extra slow cooker. So I'm thinking that over here on these shelves would be the perfect place to put those kinds of things that we're not getting rid of, but that we only use a couple times a year, but I want to be able to get to them. So I think that's a good idea. I've had to move some things over so that I could get to other things, and I'm at this point just jamming all of the camping and traveling things over into that corner. I will get them rolled up and put away nice, but that's not happening today. It's definitely warming up in here. I figure I've got about 10 more minutes that I can stand being up here, plus the dust is starting to get to me, so just gonna do what I can. There is all of this foliage, flowers and things, and there's another 2 totes of it over there. So those all need to come down. I'm going to go through and pick just a few of my very favorite things. I will not keep more than 1 tote. It was really good that I did this. I found this bag of these little van totes from Ulta, one of the few times that I found anything good at Ulta, and I actually have these listed on eBay. If they had sold while all this was up here, I wouldn't have had any idea where they were. So when I moved all my eBay stuff outside, I obviously overlooked them and they were up here. So I'm glad I found those because I still have them actively listed on eBay. What else? I've got a ton of like poster paper that I need to get cleaned up and organized there. This tote, the blue one, is party supplies. This green one is like pictures and things. The purple one is a holiday one. This clear one here is cross stitch, which I'm no longer able to do because of the arthritis. So I just haven't been able to part with all of my supplies. That's going to be a process of doing that. That'll be kind of an emotional thing. We'll see. The last that I'm going to go through for this morning is this box of things. They are all, if I remember correctly, either stuff that was sent to me or things that I picked up when I was picking up everyone's cleanouts earlier this year during the height of the pandemic. So I do want to go through these. Oh, hey, okay, look at that. So this is like a little garland of skulls that you can paint. And then there's all of these fabulous skulls and spiders. Okay, that's wonderful. So glad we looked in here. There's like pieces for a clock face. Oh, these must be plate hangers to go on the wall. That's cool. But yeah, I forgot about all these skulls. Okay, that's awesome. So these kinds of things obviously need to get moved out to the Halloween supplies. See, another reason I'm glad I'm doing this. And then, well, let's see how far we can get with this box and then call it for today. I'm gonna need to vacuum after a nice long break. Tomorrow's goal and plan is to finish this area and whatever totes are not staying up here to get them down so that I make room Then I can move the sleeping bags and sleeping pads over to this area, have room to roll them up and get all of them properly stowed back there in the corner, which will then allow me access to the gifting station, which is going to be seriously downsized. We just don't use it as much as we did when the kids were littler, and there's no birthday parties anymore. So those things are not happening. So we're going to seriously downsize it. You can barely see it back there, and move it downstairs. That is the plan for early tomorrow morning. I've got to get up earlier so that I can beat the heat up here. Frugal friends, thank you so much for coming along today. Thank you for being kind and patient and bearing with me as I deal with the other side of dumpster diving, the other side that has to be taken care of. It is not just the thrill of the find and the save and the salvage. You need to have a plan of what you're going to do after. What are you going to do with that stuff? Well, I'm going to move it all out. If you use the H word in your comments, you will automatically be blocked. And I mean it, you will be blocked. If you say hoarder or any bullshit stuff like that in the comments, I will block you. I am up here getting this stuff moved out, practicing what I preach, and showing you how you can do it as well. Hopefully motivating, hopefully inspiring current dumpster divers and aspiring dumpster divers, showing you the real life, honest truth that is behind the actual dumpster dive and what you have to do to stay on top of it. Not so that you don't become a hoarder, but so that you don't become overwhelmed and start drowning in the stuff that you have saved. Again, if you use that word, I will block you from my channel. That is not okay. Okay? Okay. Feel free to put a thumbs down for me having said that, though. I'm okay with that. Thank you so much to my fabulous monthly patrons and PayPal and Super Chat and eBay supporters who make it possible for me to take this break today, this week, from dumpster diving to deal with all of this that desperately needs to be dealt with for my own peace of mind, for the benefit of the actual items that I've saved, so that they go on to happy homes and aren't up here getting smashed and broken by camping stuff getting thrown in here. I cannot possibly thank you enough, but I will list your names here, my patrons. Thank you, thank you. Someone I'd like to call my unofficial producer, Miss Jenny Robin, have to say her name out loud, who is so generous with her super chats and her monthly Patreon donations. If you are interested in becoming one of our monthly patrons, there is a link for that in the video description. You will have your name listed in at least one dumpster diving or dumpster diving related video per week. And after your first full month on Patreon at just $1 a month, you will get a verbal shout out of your name for all to hear. Thank you, thank you. You guys have a wonderful day and a fabulous week. It is possible. I believe this, and I want to show you that it is for real. It is possible to dumpster dive, but still keep the stuff moving, get it on its way, and not get overwhelmed. Working on making that true. Thank you for being part of it. We'll see you all, well, tomorrow, up here